Welcome back to another episode of Extended Clips. And today I'm going to be getting interviewed today. And behind the camera is PlayboiTyy.
Yes, sir. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Let's get into it. So, tell us about the last video you just dropped.
Murder, myself and Playmaker, filmed by KJ the Great. I just picked a spot in the neighborhood, the park I always go to, and filmed it out there, and came out good, you know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Shit, more, you know what I'm saying? Being consistent, that's what it's about. Staying consistent, that's about it. That's about it.
Okay. How do you feel about the current state of hip hop? What's your takes on that?
I like it because you have people, I say it's divided into half. Half of the people don't know and have no clue about what hip hop is. And those are the people who are complaining and saying that, because they like rap. And let's differentiate the difference between the two, because people would put it in the same category.
Gotcha.
Okay, rap is, it's cool. It might be something that you play while you riding in your car. You might go to the club and hear rap. You might be in a grocery store and hear some rap. It's cool. It might be the song of the moment, the song of the month. It's all right. But hip hop is the stuff with meaning. Hip hop is the stuff that you have to sit down and digest.
Right.
You don't just listen to it and just, you know what I'm saying? That's the difference between rap and hip hop.
Yeah.
Well, the public, I'll say more than half of the public is entertained by rap. Right. They like rap.
Yeah.
And then you have a percentage of people who know what hip hop is and they appreciate what real hip hop is. And ever since this Kendrick thing that happened, you've seen a turn. Now people are wanting to hear more hip hop as opposed to rap.
Right. Yeah.
A lot of people are actually turning away from rap because rap has become one-dimensional. They only have but a certain type of topics in a spin cycle. Nothing different, nothing that you can grow from, nothing that you can learn from. So that's why people are choosing the alternative. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy about that, because then that means artists like myself and others who talk about something can actually have a chance to be heard.
I like that. Okay, tell us about the Positive Vibes single and video.
Yeah, that's the next single and video that's coming out real soon. Positive Vibes, a song featuring Bella, produced by Italy. I directed this music video myself, and this music video stars my son, Lil Bread. I just basically had him. You see him in the library reading books. You see him at the park. See him in different spots and different locations. And I just kind of let him be the star of it. But the song is about positivity, nothing negative, nothing violent, nothing wrong immorally, just feel good music. And I would feel like it's coming out at a good time when kind of people are looking for an alternative, like I said before. And this type of record is the alternative, because you can put this on for kids or for adults, senior citizens, don't matter. And everybody will appreciate it because it's positive. Right. You know what I'm saying? And it's smooth. It got a nice little groove to it. Bella did a thing with the, R&B compliment on it. So it it kind of came out nice. And I've never made a record like that, ever.
Sounds like a good vibe.
I never made a song like that, like, ever. I didn't never think that I would, but I surprised myself.
Okay. Can we get a little bit more information on the drop?
The drop?
The drop. The positive vibe.
Oh, that's coming in about maybe 2 to 3 weeks. Definitely, because the video is already done and put together. And I'm gonna release it as a single and a video. And hopefully that'll come out in the same day, more than likely a Friday. And yeah, that's next. That's real soon, like within 2 to 3 weeks.
So y'all stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
Okay. Are there any more collaborations you're working on?
Yes. Working with collaborations with PlayboiTyy, a bunch of artists from Houston. I'm trying to, I mean, as far as that's concerned, I'm trying to work with as many people as I can. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you, that's something that I feel like I need to do a little bit more, is collaborate. So, yeah, I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to make that happen, man, because I got a bunch of different records that go a bunch of different ways.
Yeah.
And collaboration is key to making some of that magic happen. You know what I'm saying? So, collaborating.
Collaborations, let it go. Let's see. Tell me about the Take It How You Wanna album.
Take It How You Wanna is my next album. It's dedicated to the memory of my brother, because his very first song on a compilation that was released in 1998 was called Take It How You Wanna. So I just named the album after that. And I would say it's diverse, because my last album, you could tell that was just me with no input from nobody else. This one, I kind of considered everybody else by saying, let me rap on some stuff that people wouldn't expect me to.
Yeah.
Just to test the waters. And testing the waters, I said, oh shit, this shit actually sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, well, sounds like that's a go. And then I formatted it in a certain way, where it plays like almost like a movie. And my brother is narrating it. You know what I'm saying? My brother, rest in peace, he passed away in 2017. But I was able to get audio from him to place in between the records. So when the song go off, you hear him talking.
That's nice.
And
I like that. That's
how that's set up, and I think that's dope. And man, shit, I say Southern hip hop on the high level. Production, the shit that I chose to get on really makes the difference. And then the sound of it with Playmaker doing what he do. I'm trying to go for 5 mics. Nothing short of 5 mics. That's what I'm aiming for, you know, but the public has to decide that. So, but that's Take It How You Wanna in a nutshell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. How you feel about being an actor in the movie scene?
I enjoy the movie thing. I didn't think, you know, we all have ambitions or dreams or whatever. I didn't think that I would be in the movie, but now that it has happened and it's continuing to happen, I welcome that, because I see that as another avenue to not only be seen, but to also be heard.
Yeah.
You know, because if you can, you know what I'm saying, put your music up in there, that's beneficial as well. That means that's almost like people like seeing you twice. Mm-hmm. They probably don't realize that you're a part of the music that's playing.
Yeah.
But they definitely see you on that screen. And yeah, that's a whole nother avenue. Shout out to T. Wiggins, you know what I'm saying, for doing what he doing. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to all the people in Houston that's doing movies. Hey, if you want me to be a part of any movie you got going on, all you gotta do is holler at me. And shit, we can talk about it, man.
Okay, can I ask this?
Yeah.
How does it feel to be an actor?
Oh wow. It's different. Cause I guess coming from a place where you always aspired, or you always thought it would be cool, to actually doing it, you like, whoa. And it puts you in a whole nother, it's different because the way I could describe it is like this. When I did Cutthroat Texas 2 years ago, I didn't know, none of us really knew the outcome of it or what was going to happen until it did. When that movie came out, everywhere I went, there was somebody who was like, yo, you was in that movie. And I guess the moment that really blew it up for me, or really made me say, wait a minute, stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to go sit down and think about it for a second. I was downtown and a policeman was like, hey, me and my wife watched the movie with you in it the other night. My mind was blown after that. I was like, yo, this cannot be real. This is not real. Let me go sit down, collect my thoughts, think about it. Wow, it's amazing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and it don't stop. I mean, from the corner store to HEB, anywhere I could be out here, somebody will look and be like, hey, you was in that movie Cutthroat. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and that part of the game feel good, you know, because everybody, no matter if they're acting or making music, everybody want to be recognized for what they do.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? And that feel good to me, you know?
Okay. Okay, what's your take on celebrity worship? How do you feel about that?
Man. Oh, I came up in a time where that wasn't a thing. You know, everybody back in the 90s, everybody thought for themselves.
Yeah.
Nobody was, you know, we were fans of music and we had our favorite music and our favorite this and that, but we wasn't trying to be like them. We wasn't trying to, we didn't have, back then, we didn't have there was no internet for us to order clothes to look like our favorite celebrities.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And there was no stores that we could go to buy clothes to look like our favorite celebrity. And now it's different. It's
most definitely.
It's like when you talking to somebody, you could be talking to somebody, and this person will use song lyrics within a conversation. And I didn't get it at first. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because, you know, let's be real. I'm from hip hop. You know, we all talk with slang. My era had slang, just like this era had slang.
Yeah.
Nothing different. You know what I mean? So, but the thing about my era was we thought for ourselves. We didn't let our favorite rapper dictate our life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or you know, just hang on the words of our favorite rapper so much that we use it in a conversation in regular everyday life. That didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? So now I've seen the most extreme. I've seen people go get plastic surgery to look like their favorite celebrity.
Especially Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I done seen a couple of them, a couple of Elvis, a couple of Mike Jack. I was like, what is wrong with these people? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong. Being a fan of the music or being a supporter of the music is one thing. But now, when you are introduced to someone and you use the name of your favorite rapper, oh, I'm such and such. Oh, I'm Lil such and such. That's where it becomes a problem. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen it. I knew rap was headed in a bad place when I was at a party and a nigga introduced himself to the women as Wheezy. I knew the rap game was headed to the fucking toilet bowl.
Oh man.
When I heard that shit, I walked away and went home. I ain't gonna lie. I said, man, fuck this. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no way in the world. Like, that's like me meeting a girl and she saying, what's your name? I say, Tupac Shakur. Come on, man. Are you serious? You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, people. The drugs you do, the liquor you choose to intake, the shit you choose to inhale, maybe even the fucking pills you pop. Listen, man, trying to be someone else is already wrong because we already have that one person in the world already.
Facts.
Before you can be the next man, you gotta be the first you.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the truth, man.
That is true.
Because I've seen extremities, and then in today's extremities, you can look at these young black teens, looking, not talking to them. Mm-hmm. Look at them up and down. Just do a quick one up, one down. Look at them, and you could tell who their favorite rapper is.
Yep.
Who they listen to. Or what type of lifestyle that they're associated with just by the way that they are dressed and presenting themselves in public. You know what I'm saying? And like back then, we listened to what we listened to, but we dressed like us. We had our own identity. We didn't have to be. We didn't want to be like a celebrity. Back then. There was a understanding that, okay, celebrities are celebrities and they live a celebrity life. Mm-hmm. We are not celebrities. We are regular people. Regular people live a regular fucking life. That's today, regular isn't valued. Nobody wants to believe that they are regular, despite the fact that there's more regular people in the world than it is motherfucking celebrities. Just being honest.
I don't hear no lies.
You know what I'm saying?
No lies.
Just being honest.
Okay. Tell me a bit about Flames TV.
Flames Television. Well, I named that after my brother. It started out as a radio show, and then it became a part of the content when it was a radio show. It came a podcast somewhat, and then that turned into Unpopular Honesty. And now I use Flames TV as short form content on Fridays. That's what it's used for now. You know what I'm saying? And going forward, that's what it will be used for. When I talk to people, I holler at people and I just ask them questions. That'll usually be the content that you'll see on a Friday. And I chose Friday because that's the day he left this earth.
Gotcha. I respect that. Let's see. What inspired you to start doing music? Where did your inspiration come from?
Well, early on, my cousin Reg, God bless his soul, gave me back when I was 9 years old. He let me borrow this cassette tape, NWA Straight Outta Compton. And I listened to it one time all the way through. And by the end of that album, I was like, yeah, I'm finna rap. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm finna rap for real. And from that point on, it was writing. So that was the initial start of it. But now, I had to learn also because at that time in 1989, there were no child rappers. There was no such thing as underage kid rappers. Criss Cross wasn't out yet. This was a whole decade before there was a Lil Bow Wow. So that concept, it was only grown men rapping at this time. So I realized, okay, you got to grow up. You got to have your own experiences so that you have your own life to write about. Cool. And yeah, that's the first time I stepped in the studio professionally was 96. And that's the start. They used to have a studio in Holland called Sing Sing. And we used to pass that shit up and we didn't know it was a fucking studio. And then it was a studio, $40 an hour. So that's when it started. And from that moment on, it just progressed. Kept going.
Okay. Nah, I know a lot of people want to know this. Where did the name Kornbread come from?
It came from a kinfolk of mine. I was going by another name. I'm not gonna say the name, but I was going by another name. And a guy was like, his name was that name. So he pulled me to the side and he was like, "Hey, look, check this out. I'm just asking you out of respect because I do this, 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 and this. And if somebody come through here looking for me and mistake you for me because of the name, you could be subject to this." So I was like, oh, okay. And then from that point is when my kinfolk was like, Kornbread. Didn't make any sense at the time, to be honest with you. I'm going to be really honest with you. Didn't make no sense.
It's different, that's why.
But I made it make sense. You know what I'm saying? The food everyone desires. Yeah. Food for the thoughts, food for the soul. Mm-hmm. I took it and made it that. So it ended up working,
That's a very different name and is real unique.
Yeah.
If you could compare your music to any other artist's music, who would you compare it to and why?
Who could I compare it to? At this point, I would say there is no comparison. It's just music that if you were to make a playlist and you put my music in there first, then you're going to put music in there that fits. Not necessarily what I sound like, but something similar or close to.
Okay.
So after that, you would probably put in Kendrick, J. Cole, Joyner Lucas, Common, Lupe Fiasco, Benny the Butcher, Joyner Lucas, the people that spit, like the Pusha T's and the Jada Kiss and the,
gotcha.
You know what I'm saying, those type of MCs.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you. Okay, so I had it. What it was? Okay. If you could work with any artist, dead or alive, who would? I give you 5 of them. Who would those 5 be?
Ooh. Well, off rip, just based off where we are, location-wise, I would work with Pimp C because the dude was fucking amazing.
Okay.
Of course, I would definitely work with Tupac. That's just, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? I would work with he's from the Bay Area. He passed away. His name was Mac Dre.
Mac Dre.
He was very influential in the hyphy movement. And once I understood why he was doing what he was doing, I liked it. You know what I'm saying? I liked it. I appreciated it. You know what I'm saying? Because he could have came and did something different, but he chose to do that for his own reasons. And it was working out for him. You know what I'm saying? He had a good thing going. Very talented. You know what I'm saying? Very talented and very consistent. You know what I'm saying? That's something I admire, is the consistency. Number 4. These will be producers who are alive. I think every rapper has this producer on their wish list somehow, some way. But I would love to do a record with Dr. Dre. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody. I'm sorry. Like, I'm talking. Check the track record. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Dre.
Dre is one of them.
He's one of them. And then if another producer would be number 5, I would. Okay, if Dre is West Coast, then I would have to go East Coast. And who would I get from the East that make beats? It's too many good producers. But I'm going to have to go with DJ Premier. You know what I'm saying? Because DJ Premier is he's like an architect. He's from Houston, but on the East Coast, he's fucking royalty. Like, because he's produced Gang Starr, he's produced Nas, Jigga, Biggie, J. Rue, Devin the Dude.
That's another one I got at.
He done went down the line. He's produced for everybody who is anybody. Like, and his shit be solid. And I love that shit. I love that shit.
Okay. I like that.
Classic.
Every rapper, or every artist, I should say, has a Mount Rushmore. Who's on your Mount Rushmore?
Rakim, Scarface, Tupac. No.
That's a nice lineup. Okay. So let me ask you this. If you could open up a show for anybody, who would it be?
Ooh. At this point, shit, I might as well go big. Kendrick. I mean, he's the top draw in rap right now. So if you open up for him, you're on the worldwide stage.
Like that.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Okay. What's the best advice you've been given as an artist?
The best advice I've been given as an artist, be yourself. Because, that go a long way, being yourself. That save you from a bunch of shit.
Be original.
Yeah.
Cause we ain't got a lot of that. Okay. What is one message you would give to your fans?
On top of thank you for listening, just learn to differentiate between what's real and what's not. You know, that's all.
Okay. So I know you've performed in places, and I'm gonna ask this. I know a lot of people probably like, because they don't want to say nothing. What was your favorite places to perform, and what was your non-favorite places to perform?
For me, it's not necessarily a matter of worst places versus best places. It's the set of circumstances that surround the situation.
Okay, so what is your go-to hype song to hype yourself up?
Go-to hype song to hype myself up. Ambitions as a Rider, Tupac. Something about that when you put that shit on,
Man,
man,
that's a
adrenaline rush.
yeah. Yeah, because you get, when I say hype, you get hype.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your pre-show ritual before you get on stage?
I like to smoke so I can be relaxed. You know what I'm saying? If I can smoke 2 or 3 before I get on stage, then I'll be cool. You know what I'm saying? At least the nerve side of me will be cool.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So I can get up there and do what I need to do.
Be more relaxed.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. If you could perform anywhere in the world, where would you choose and why?
I would probably perform in New York because New York is the mecca of hip hop. And KRS once said in a documentary many, many years ago that rap is something you do and hip hop is something that you live. A rap artist can be anyone from anywhere until they visit New York. And once you get that stamp of approval from the mecca, the people who started this shit, sky's the limit. They say, you know, if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere else. That would be like a bucket list performance for me to perform in New York.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
I got you. Okay. Do you have any non-musical inspiration that shaped your lyrics?
Non-musical inspiration that shapes my lyrics. I have some friends or some loved ones that I've lost that I remember things that they said to me. And that helps create motivation for the music to continue. Because I think about what would they want. They wouldn't want me to stop because they're not here. Technically, they're still watching the show. So, continue.
Okay. What is your most memorable moment while performing?
Memorable moment while performing.
And I have a follow-up question after that. So
I haven't had one of those yet. I've just had the shows that I thought were amazing. And then there are shows that wasn't so much so. Nothing really happened in the middle of performing like that was special. You know.
And my follow-up question was about to be, what was your favorite, or did you have any interaction with the fan that became what would you call that? Like, it's something you won't forget. Any interaction with a fan that you was like, yeah, I'm gonna hold on to that. That's a memory.
Every now and again, you get somebody who will pull you to the side and express how much that they like what you have going on musically, and also they would also inquire about how can I hear more, or, you know, how can I follow and things of that nature. That happens a lot to me. That's about the furthest extent that is being as far as that's concerned. It hasn't really gotten any more memorable outside of that.
Okay. Speaking of, where can the folks find your music and just anything that you're attached to?
Well, I have a website, ormoreforlife.com. That's where you can find the music, the videos, and the links to the podcast. Podcast is on YouTube. Music videos are on YouTube. And then I have albums, singles on all platforms. Spotify, Apple, Pandora, shit, all that. So many platforms. YouTube music. And then there's the socials, Instagram, or more Kornbread. Or more Kornbread on Threads. And Kornbread, the artist page on Facebook. And I don't have a TikTok because they too fucking strict. They too sensitive
Most
and they too
definitely.
strict.
Most definitely. Let's see what else. What motivates you to write your music?
When I walk outside my door and I see people of all ages listening to music that is terrible, and they accept it as it's the greatest thing ever. They accept it as the standard. And that alone says, you know what, Bread? Continue. Keep going. Because if they are entertained by garbage, you can continue making your brand of music. Because I know what I'm doing ain't garbage.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, and can't nobody say that either. You know what I'm saying? And people are funny, you know what I'm saying? I just want to say something to people out there. Because people out there have little slugs and little things that they like to say about people. But let me tell you like this. If I go harder than the people that you listen to, your opinions on my music mean nothing. Absolutely nothing. We talking about people who have Drake and Kodak Black and Lil Wayne on their top 5 sitting here telling me about my music. I'm sorry. If you listen to piss poor, underwhelming, I'm just talking about bottom of the barrel, whack ass, trash ass music, you have no place in a hip hop conversation. You have no place talking to me about my music when you have your earbuds connected to a garbage can. And that's just the truth. And I'm going to just be honest about it because people listen to garbage. Most people listen to trash. And people are scared to say that because they get labeled as a hater. You can call me a hater because I just might be, but there's a million other people that feel just like me. You know what I'm saying? So do that.
I feel that. So my next question is about the project you have coming up. What was the theme behind it, or what was the message behind the project?
The project that I have coming up? The meaning behind it is, there are a bunch of people who are seeing success or about to come into their success. And everybody is not going to be happy for you. Naturally, you would want everybody to be happy for you, but we have to be rooted in reality that everybody is not going to be happy for you. Everybody is not going to be rooting for you. In fact, some of the people that you've been knowing are going to be rooting against you.
Mm-hmm.
with that success that you're having or about to come into, the people around you can take it how they want to. They can take it as motivation so that they can become successful themselves, or they can take it as hatred and let that hatred destroy them. At the end of the day, that's what the album really means. If you can deal with this level of success, if you're mature enough for it, if you can handle it, cool. You can't deal with it. If you find yourself being envious and jealous, you find yourself being hateful and spiteful and angry, then you know you can't deal with it. And that's why the album is called Take It How You Wanna. Because they're going to have to take this success how they want to.
Okay, I like that. One more. So, is there anything new that you're trying to experiment with? Anything that you're thinking about working into your mixture of work?
Yeah, man, I'm trying to go, across the board in different genres. I want to try the island Caribbean sound. I want to try the Afro beats. I want to try Zydeco. I want to try Tejano. I want to try gospel. I want to try all, tap into all different. And it's a way for me to do all of this because some of these records I'm talking about, some of them are already done. A few of them are not. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not rushing. But I'm just trying to do things that I don't see others doing.
Right.
Most rappers are in one little box and they're doing the same shit. Nobody is trying to genre hop in terms of making a song with the island Caribbean sound, then turn around and make a song that you can swing out to, turn around and make a song that might bang the streets or bang the club, turn around, make a song that sounds like Tejano mixed with rap or the Afrobeat sound. Nobody's doing that. Nobody is trying to come outside their box. They just trying to stay in their little respective lane, and they're not trying to do anything different. So I'm just trying to diversify my portfolio as an artist, collaborate more, put out, be more consistent with, the music and the visuals and everything associated. That's it, man. Just being more consistent.
Okay. So my last question is, you have the podcast, you have the music, you have Flame TV, and some more mixture of your things. Is there anything else that you're going to add into that?
Yeah, books. I've written movie scripts. I have scripts for some series that's we're trying to develop, trying to see what happens. Movie scripts. In addition to me acting in movies, acting is over here. The script writing is over here in front of me. The book writing is right here also. And if there's other areas of entertainment I can get into, I will. You know what I'm saying? Because, this music thing, you can use it as a vehicle to drive you to other arenas of entertainment. That's how rappers, most rappers have a clothing line or some type of merchandise. Some rappers instantly get into the movies. Some instantly get a liquor line. Some instantly go do endorsement deals or something to that degree. I'm gonna do the same, you know what I'm saying, just in my own way. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Let me see. I know I said that was the last one, but no, I got another one. I fucking lost it. That's what it was. How does this project reflect your growth as an artist?
This album reflects my growth as an artist because before you couldn't tell me that I was gonna be rapping on certain shit, certain stuff that just doesn't sound like what I would rap on. Today it's a little different. Today I might rap on, you know what I'm saying? It's a good chance that I rap on something that don't sound like what I would normally do. And that's because I know the reaction it's going to get from the people. And I know that if I get on it, I'm going to kill it. So that's one difference. Experience also because, I mean, this album is dedicated to my brother. He been gone for like 7 years. So you got to think in the 7 years that he's been gone, what life has been like for me. That reflection is shown on that album. Also, growth. It might come from a place of, some of the records might come from a place of pain because it's reality. But then a lot of it just come from where my mind is. My mind is trying to be the best at what I'm doing. Trying to be the best lyrically. You know, and also being original and not doing what everybody else is doing. So when you put all that together, it equals up to growth, you know.
Okay, I can feel it. I can feel it. Okay. Is there anything you want to say to the folks? Anybody you want to shout out? Or just anything you want to say?
Shout out to the good people at One Man Records. Shout out PlayboiTyy, you know what I'm saying? Shout out everybody that's down with me. There's so many people to name. But you know who you are. Shout out to Lil Bread. And shit, rest in peace to my brother, Big E. And rest in peace to my cousin Reg. You know what I'm saying? Stay tuned because it's so much more on the way.
All righty.